to know I was here.
I want my great-granddaughter to know I was here.
Yeah, Suffs the musical is about the passionate and dedicated American women who fought for the right to vote. The performance will take the stage later this month at the Emerson Colonial Theater in Boston. And joining me now is Danielle Fulton, who plays the role of Ida B. Wells. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, even in just that clip alone, you can feel kind of the empowerment the show brings. Suffs gives the audience a chance to learn and laugh, which is a good thing. What is unique about how you tell the story?
I love what you said, learn and laugh. That's exactly what it is. It educates as well as entertains and does each so very balanced, very effortlessly. Some audiences have said, we get a lot of information, but I retained so much, and I'm kind of shocked that I did, and that's because of the engineering that Shayna did of the music and the story and the history. It's really remarkable.
Absolutely. Let's talk about your character, right? Ida B. Wells, journalist, woman suffragist, early civil rights movement leader icon. She was also a co-founder of the NAACP. People are used to learning about her in maybe a history book, but what is it like playing her, and what have you learned stepping into the role?
I love that description, especially icon, because I'm just I was completely floored by how vast her life was and how much she did. The suffrage movement was just she had a huge impact in that, but was just a portion of her life's work. I learned from, reading about her, what her family said about her, what she said about herself in autobiography and biographies, and playing her has just been, it's just been so empowering. I can't even put into words how it's felt. I think when this is all over, I'm going to look back and be completely shocked that happened. But just to tell her story and to keep her name going throughout the country is just something that has been something I find very, very sacred.
Absolutely. When folks come out to see the show, what lessons or what do you want them to take away from the production?
I want them to see that people were against some very, very hard times, very challenging times, and were able to come together with a collective force and make change. And it doesn't happen overnight. It takes, sometimes decades. So seeing them is just an example that we can do it too. We often think that we're so separate from these large acts of change, but the same courage and bravery that was in them, we also can manifest and do. So I want people to see themselves. I want them to be inspired to show up in their communities, get active in any way they find necessary. If it's writing, if it's social media, if it's protesting, if it's speaking to your representatives, whatever it is. I hope they can see these people show up and show up for themselves today.
Absolutely. You talked about, getting active today because, we are in our current political climate right now. How does Suffs play into that moment of what we're seeing or dealing with now?
It plays so easily, unfortunately, because history repeats itself, and we're seeing it happen. And a lot of these stories, I mean, when I first read the script, I was floored by the amount of challenge these women had to go through. They were tortured. They were violently harmed because of something that just should be second nature. Everyone should be able to have these rights to select who governs their world. And history is cyclical. So unfortunately, this story from the 1800s, early 1900s is a mirror to today. So I hope people see that, and that sobers them to understand that we can't keep doing this, and we have to continue to fight.
Oh, Danielle Fulton, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, and looking forward to seeing you in the show. We appreciate your time.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm excited for y'all to see it.
Yes, thank you. By the way, Broadway in Boston presents Suffs March 17th through the 29th at the Emerson Colonial Theater in Boston. Take in a little history and see why it won Tony Awards for Best Book and Best Score. You can find more information on our website. Coming up on Cityline, a college student with quite the resume. Meet the nonprofit founder, author, and Forbes 30 Under 30 honoree who's carving her own path while guiding those who come next.